Hey guys, so today is the day that I decided I'm going to repot all of my inside plants, which there's only 5, and I've gotten 2 done. Reg is directing something. So I've gotten 2 finished because I'm putting them back in the same
I
pots.
wanted to show my
Oh
test.
gosh, yeah.
That's what I was pointing at.
Oh, and if you've been watching along with my videos, Reggie's the artist behind so much of this work, the lamp, the painting. But the biggest thing and the newest thing is my new liquor cabinet, because at his Christmas art open house, he sold the one that was here. And fortunately, he had this chest, which was, I don't know how old this chest is. And it was designated to be mine if he ever sold the other one. And look what we have in here. Let me just show you. On the top drawer, I keep all of my little, a wine opener, extra glasses, straws. So cool. Down here, ta-da, look at this gorgeous liquor cabinet. And of course, you put the light in it. I love it. And then the last drawer is our wine cabinet, which not only allows to put your bottles of wine, extra glasses, and if you want to, I'll give you a bottle of wine when you leave. I actually have a nice bag to send with you. These are the original handles, which are gorgeous, and they were so ugly. Reg thought at first he might get rid of them, and I think I encouraged you, right, to do that. I encouraged to clean them, and don't they just make it? I love this cabinet, and I'm so glad we got to keep the girl. I just love how she picks up the golds, which is what I've tried to, accent this room in. Of course, he's done those pictures above there, the chair. I could go on and on and on. But anyhow, we're here, though, to talk about the plants. And whenever you are putting plants on a chest or anything, always have a lift of some sort, put some nice little felt tabs on them. Never put your saucers unless you've treated them so that they don't have any moisture coming through, particularly the terracotta. I forget what you use to
You just use a normal polyurethane sealer.
a sealer,
Yeah.
thank you, on these, which I've never done, but you can always pick up one of these little pads for, I think, under $2 that can go under your terracotta, which I use on the windowsill today when I get ready to do that one. But with these plants, these were over 2 years old. They're going on their 3rd year, and they'd had their original soil. And I thought, I'm going to keep them in their pots. I don't care if they get much bigger than what they are. This is just an ivy, and I can't tell you the name, my philodendron. I just have put new soil in both of these. I like these little white um, picks because this is in on Reggie's desk and my desk in the lounge area, and it's dark in there, and the white brings the green out. And so all I have done this morning, I like this little moss to cover up the top of this pot. But I love these little pots. This, again, is a type of ivy. When you're looking at your ivies, you definitely want to see if they're full of dust. Dust them. I just got through dusting mine. Isn't that interesting? Well, before Reggie's open house. When you have people in your home, let me tell you, which we love to do, and we're both minimalists, and we're Virgos, which some people call us a little OCD. But I'm going to take out all the old soil, and this old soil will go in my compost. And then we'll fill these up with new soil. If your pots need to be washed, mine don't seem to be too soiled. I am just always have a drain hole. And then I have my pot. It's just a potting mix. Any potting mix you can use is fine. But like I said, and this is an old potting mix, and it'll go in the compost. I have been using in the fall of the year some dilute Miracle Grow fertilizer. But I thought, Teresa, let's go the extra mile. What got me going on this is over the weekend, I decided to take apart my aloe plant. I've never had an aloe plant. Now, what I've done here is I've just put enough soil in the bottom because I want to put this rooted little ivy a little deeper in the pot than what it was when it came out, and put more soil on top. So the roots will have a little more room to grow and give some more nourishment. And then we'll water it all in. When I water my plants, I put them in the sink, let them drain real well. You never want them to sit in water. None of your plants. You want to make certain that they drain real well. And with these inside plants, you can let them dry out a little bit, at least the ones I have. Again, I'm a perennial gardener. I'm an outside gardener, but I do like a few little green things. So I am planting only plants inside that can tolerate our house. Our house have big eaves. There isn't any, we don't get a lot of direct light. So all of these are low light plants, and they've done really well. They never have brown leaves. This one goes in our bathroom. This one's on the desk. You saw where this one goes on that pretty chest. And so that's all I've done. I've just added soil on top of this. I'll give it a good water, and then I put my moss on top because I think it just adds a lovely look to it in here where I sit. So the next plant I'm going to do is over here, and it's my Trades Kantha. And it has definitely outgrown its pot. The one thing about a Trades Kantha, this is Trades Kantha, what is it? I have it written down. Let me get this. You can just look at the plant reg. Trades Kantha Zebrina. It's a great plant. I love it. Some of the common names are zebra plant, wandering dude, and I have a perennial plant out of the same variety, similar. It's called spiderwort and gets a pretty blue bloom on it. This plant came from my nephew and his partner, Bobby. It started out with just these few cuttings. The one thing about this plant, and it's definitely for me or a beginner, it doesn't require much. These, you can, like this just broke off. It's not a tragedy. This is the best way to start a new plant. Just take those bottom leaves off, stick it in some water, because you can see right here. Oh, yeah, they will, yeah. And this plant, actually, I read that it could just live in water. And so I'm going to put those in there because when I transplant this plant, I'm sure more will break off. And then what I've been doing to get this thicker, I just keep adding a new rooted one in the soil. And I don't want it to get any more leggy than what it looks like today over there on the counter. So for example, I'm going to cut, where is it? Right here. I'm going to take this one right off at a node, and I'm just going to break it off like that to keep it from being so leggy before I transplant it. But I'm not concerned if I break more limbs because they're all going to go in water. So let's get this one out of the pot. I don't know how hard this one's going to be because it has taken over. And I will get a knife to try and loosen the soil. That's probably not the smartest pot. I mean, the wisest pot. It looked pretty this summer, but I don't like the way that the top of the pot curves in to get it out of here. So I've got two pots over there on the counter, two terracotta pots with a wider opening that I think I'm going to like better. I'm hoping not to destroy this plant, but I don't think you can destroy it. It's definitely for beginners. And like I said, it started out with 2 or 3. Let's see if I can get this out of the pot. I don't know, guys. Here we go.
Go.
Good. Okay, I got it out of the pot. Very little damage. Look at that. And it's got its roots have pretty much bound itself to the shape of the pot.
Needs a bigger pot.
This one needs a bigger pot. The other ones didn't. And I think, let me bring this over. I'll decide. I don't want it to be taller than I have my shade. I don't know why I'm that way. You know, Reg, why am I that way?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I think this is the pot I'm going to go with. Yeah, I like it. And another reason I like this pot is it's already looking a little weathered. And I like that look. I don't like it to look too.
I can always paint it up for you.
I know you have painted so many pots, and I appreciate that, but that's not what I want. I've got my potting mix down here in a pot. So let's get the bottom of this, like I've done all the others.
This one has a good drain hole, right?
This has a good drain hole, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see, yeah. And definitely with this plant, it likes to dry out. Your Trades Cantha does. So you water it, let it drain. Sometimes this is what I always do. I always put it in the sink, water it, let it drain. Water it again, maybe 3 times. I'll give it a nice soaking, let it drain, give it a 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, or however busy you are, and come back and then put it back in its pot. Then check you always want to check their trays to make certain they're not sitting in water. That's the biggest thing. So I'm doing the same thing here. I put a little bit of soil in the bottom. This one, I'm just going to, since the roots are pretty tight, I'm going to do like you would if you're getting ready to put planted pots in the soil outside. Loosen those roots a little bit and clean up any of the little debris that's in here. And now set it back in there. Oh, I like that. I like this. Let's see how many pieces are going to break off.
There's so much color in that plant.
I know. It may look different when I'm done. But like I said, I have lots of things I can put back in here. Don't be discouraged. I'm not. Add more soil, because all of these with roots are going to go in that pot. And even when you break them off, they come back easily.
I kind of got a little nervous there when all these little pieces
Don't be
came
nervous.
out, but you're going to put them back in.
I'm going to put them back in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. So easy. So with this new soil, the new pieces, like let's just do, where is my one that's rooted real well? This piece right here. This piece with the root, it'll get right back in here. And then I will put all these other in water, let them get rooted. And
you can always give it as a gift.
Well, and that's what I did with my aloe plant that's over there on the windowsill. And I've got pictures of it. I'll put that up on the screen. But over the weekend, I knew I was going to be meeting 3 girlfriends. And that aloe plant had gotten very big. And I'd never had an aloe plant. And I Googled how to do it. And I ended up with 5 new babies. And it made 5 new gifts. And my friends were so happy.
And that came from Molly.
It came from Molly. And Molly gave it to me, and hers came from her mother, who her mother received it from her grandmother. So now it's in my family, and that's what I love with all of my plants, my perennials. You know, my perennials are from so many other gardeners. Makes me so happy to have those stories to remember them.
Yeah, the other day you were kind of trying to list all of the flowers that we had, and you just got lost because there were so many flowers and plants and so forth in the garden from a bunch of different people.
And the gardeners, as you know, they make really good friends. They cherish your friendships as they do their plants. So I love this. And for Bobby and Michael, thank you, because I'm keeping these and I'll give them away. And all right, this doesn't look as pretty as it did when I first brought it out, but
it looks a little sparse.
It looks sparse, but you know, Reg, where did I do with my, here we go. All of these ones that get rooted back in are going to go back in this pot, water it in. This is how it all started, with like 3 little shoots. And there we go. All of these are going to get put in a jug. For example, a girlfriend brought me these.
Oh, Barbara Goodwin.
Yeah, Barbara brought me these at your garden show. Your art show, and I've yet to pot up. You know, this is a philodendron.
Well, look how it's surviving in the water.
In just the water, and this was 1st of December. So the same thing is going to happen with the Trades Cantha, and these are all going to be put in water, and then I'll refill my pot. but it has to be done. You can see how root bound that was. And I'll get these all watered in at the sink. And that will be my day today. And people, I suggest you get out and do that because your plants need it. It'll make you feel good when the weather's not good. And you're still gardening. So thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork, giving all my plants a new start for 2023. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.